I don't care if you've been in survival mode for the last 5 years. I don't care if you've been in the scarcity mindset for the last couple months or in the last hour. Listen, it doesn't take that long to be in the vibrational frequency of abundance. It doesn't take that long to have an abundance mindset. See, this is the misconception here where you are thinking, well, I got to program my subconscious mind and it's going to take, 3 months or 1 month or whatever the case is. And you're thinking like you have to wait this long time for something to actually start working for you. First of all, that is just a limiting belief. It does not have to take that long for you by any means. Because when you are in the vibrational frequency of abundance, that takes no time. How long does it take for you to shift the limiting belief? Like for myself, it can take 30 seconds or it can take 5 minutes. It doesn't take that long. And I'm not here to teach my clients and students and you how to take forever to do something. And I'm not here to drag out the process. We get right to the point here. Do you see what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments below. Are you ready to have an abundance mindset right now? Not 20 years later, not 20 months later, not 20 weeks later, right now. Because it's going to get good, y'all. Make sure you save this video, share it with your friends and your family, because this is about to get real juicy. Now, when we're thinking about abundance mindset, that is literally just you being in the vibrational frequency of abundance, right? So you want to start thinking, what are you abundant in right now, right? Are you abundant in knowledge of something? Like, what is your forte? Like for myself, I'm abundant in my knowledge of manifestation and mindset and law of attraction. I'm abundant in that. I'm abundant in oxygen. I'm abundant in air. I'm abundant in water. I'm abundant in food. I have an abundance of all of these things, right? What do you have an abundance of? Everybody has something, right? So once you're able to see what it is, hone in on it. Okay, I have an abundance of knowledge on manifestation and mindset. I absolutely love it because I'm so passionate about it and I just get more and more information for this every day. And it feels so good when I do this thing, when I learn more about it, when I practice it, because there's this thing when it comes to it where there's always more and more and more. There is no cap on how much knowledge you can get from learning manifestation. It's so fun. It's so easy. I'm so good at it. I'm really good at conveying the message to other people. Do you see how I'm honing in on that? And that puts me in the vibrational frequency of abundance. I'm in the vibrational frequency of passion. That's how you do it, right? So you don't have to have a long drawn out process for this. And if you believe that, well, guess what? You have a limiting belief. And that's how I show my clients and students how to shift that, because we don't have to keep that. We don't have to keep holding on to stuff that doesn't even resonate with us. So put in the comments below, what are you abundant in right now? Let me know. Okay. So then you get specific. You start honing in on that more and more. And I know a lot of times you're thinking like, well, what does this have to do with money? This is not going to manifest me money. Okay. That's limiting belief too. Thinking that it's not, believing that it's not going to translate to money. Okay. It does translate to money because money is just a vibrational frequency of abundance. That's it. So now let's let's take a left turn on this. Now, the forms of abundance, because you have to actually know what abundance is, right? So a form of abundance is money, but you also have other forms, like some of the ones I mentioned earlier. Those are some forms. There's an abundance, a type of abundance is trading. Somebody trades something with you. Another type of abundance is somebody giving you a gift or giving you money or, anything like that. Another form is just receiving money. And another form is an abundance of imagination, an abundance of inspired thoughts, an abundance of clarity, an abundance. There's so many forms of abundance, an abundance of synchronicity. Now, everybody can attest to that one. Because every single thing in your reality is a synchronicity. Everything is orchestrated. You're seeing this video for a reason. So you have an abundance of synchronicity. So these are all things that you can start looking at Instead of focusing on the abundance of lack of money, which is what you've been doing for the last 5 years, you can put a stop to all that, because you don't even have to focus on that to receive it. You don't have to. You focus on the other areas, shift the limiting beliefs of the money, and then you receive. That simple, that easy. And that puts you in the vibrational frequency of it all. So when it comes to money, what do you feel with money? You feel freedom. You feel secure. You feel happy. You feel content. You feel appreciation. You feel calm. You feel peace of mind. Those are the things you're going for. Because money itself, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're looking for that feeling. You're wanting that feeling. And I was watching an Abraham Hicks video, and she was talking about it's about the journey, right? Because, okay, if you say that I want to manifest $10,000, right? Let's say that this is the $10,000 right here. So you're on the journey to the $10,000, but you're getting all this amazing abundance because you're abundantly supported while you're doing the thing, while you're manifesting the $10,000, right? But you're not just thinking like, oh my gosh, it just has to be money. That's the only type of abundance that I'm accepting, and I'm not accepting anything else. No, because you're going to get an abundance of inspired thoughts that come through. Oh, you get a really great idea to start some type of challenge, or to make some type of course, or to make some type of video, or to create some type of product. You get that inspired action, the inspired thought that comes through, and you implement it. And oh, that feels so good, because now you're creating this thing. And then you get abundance of synchronicity that comes to you. Then you get abundance of clarity on the energetic, more information on the energetic frequency of money. You are prepped the entire time and abundantly supported the entire time. So then once you get to this point where you have the $10,000, guess what? Then you're saying, oh, now I want $25,000. Boom. Okay, now we have another arc where you're getting all the abundance of inspired thoughts, inspired actions. You're getting an abundance of people trading things with you, an abundance of different facets of things, an abundance of clarity. Do you see what happens? It's not about, okay, yeah, now when I have this money, my whole life is going to be complete. No, because it's going to be another arc and another arc and another arc every single time. So think about that. And if you knew for certain, like without a shadow of a doubt, that when you decide to manifest anything, and in this example, $10,000, when you decide to manifest something, if you knew 100% that you were supported through the entire thing, would you really be thinking about how long is it going to take for me to get this money? It's taking so long. Would you really be thinking that? You wouldn't at all, because you already know it's done. If you knew your bills were paid, right? If you knew your bills were always going to be paid, would you be thinking about, man, when am I going to get this money? Man, it's taking so long. You wouldn't be thinking that, right? If you knew that you always would be able to go do those Whole Food grocery shopping trips, then what? Then what? You got to start asking yourself these questions, because then you're going to realize, well, you know what? It's not even really about the money. Right? It's not even really about it. But that's something that you're focusing on, which is good. That's good. You put in the destination, which is good. You're clear on what you want. That is good. But if you knew for certain that you were abundantly supported through the entire thing, you wouldn't even be thinking about that money. You wouldn't be thinking about it obsessively, right? You'd be like, I know that's my money. And then you would live your life. You knew your bills are paid. Your grocery shopping trips are paid. Your clothes are paid. You're having a good time with friends. You're going out to eat. Right? It's about the journey, right? It's about where you are at that exact moment. Being in the present, because it's always going to be that moment. And each of those moments, when you look at it from an outer perspective, you're like, okay, that was a beautiful journey. All those collections of moments of abundance. That's a beautiful thing, right? And I didn't even mention an abundance of freedom, an abundance of time. That's what I'm experiencing now. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to have an abundance of time to focus on doing the manifestation principles and all of these different things, and to focus on the things that I love, the self-development that I love, and having that time to do that, having the time to tap into my higher self energy, to normalize that, having the abundance of time to do the things that I love to do, to follow my excitement. That is a beautiful thing. So sure, if I'm feeling lack at any point in time, I can look to those things as abundance of freedom, because that is beautiful. That is like, that puts a smile on my face. Are you ready to experience an abundance of freedom and an abundance of time? Let me know down below, because I know you're ready for it. You're like, yes, the abundance of time to watch the movies that I desire. Yes. I was watching the Adam Sandler movie yesterday. I think it's called Punch Drunk in Love, something like that. I didn't finish it all yet, but so far it's good because I have an abundance of time to watch that, right? And now I'm watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, me and my son, we are watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Together. Like, that's our dinner show. That's our show right now. And I am loving it. An abundance of time and freedom to watch that with him. That is an abundance. That feels good, right? I don't have to focus on be obsessed about a number amount of money. You see what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for watching this video, because this was meant for you. You needed to see this video. This right here is an abundance of synchronicity, an abundance of clarity. What did you get an abundance of? Let me know. Because once you start being more aware of your abundance, then it's that much easier for you to keep tapping into that frequency of abundance in the abundance that you choose, right? And normalize it. You can normalize this thing. That's the point. Normalize being in the energetic frequency of abundance. But today, y'all, marks day 3 of my 10K abundance, the 10K abundance in 21 days acceptance. I chose to call it acceptance instead of a challenge because we're claiming this money, right? Okay, so since this is day 3, y'all, on day 3, as the days go on, the price goes up on this. And in this acceptance, though, what you are learning and what I'm showing you how to do is to tap into that higher self energy, so that you can always be at the right place at the right time. So you can understand how to follow your excitement, so that you are experiencing an abundance of time and an abundance of freedom and an abundance of money and an abundance of all of these things, like what I talked about in this video. What do you want to be abundant in? Start asking yourself, what do you want to be abundant in? Because that is what I'm showing you. So you can experience it. It's not just some conceptual thing, y'all. This is for you to experience abundance. Not think about abundance, but you experience it in your everyday life. How would it look in your life if you had more time, if you had more freedom, if you could just wake up every day and say, what am I excited to do? What am I excited to create? Doesn't that feel better than waking up saying, oh man, I got to go to work. Oh man, I got to do all this stuff today. I wish my life was different. You won't have to, because you're going to realize that how abundant you are, and you're going to wake up and say, what am I excited to create today? Right? And you get to be abundantly supported. You get to choose what you're manifesting and be abundantly supported. every single time. And the thing is, when you feel abundantly supported, you quantum leap to having the money anyway. I show you the way to do this. You don't have to keep struggling trying to figure this out. You've been doing this and trying to figure it out for the last 4 years. You don't have to keep doing that anymore. It's time to start taking your inspired actions. Start doing what you desire to do. And, this right here is part of that process for you. And even for myself, like just being a manifestation / mindset coach, I still do other manifestation coaches processes too, because I understand how this whole system works, right? You always have another belief system. You are a new person all the time. So you're going to have new ways to do things, right? I have my template way on to shift limiting beliefs whenever they come up. But guess what? When I'm tapped into that higher self energy, it lets me know the next step. So if my next step is to be in another manifestation coach's course or something of that nature, then I do that. Because guess what? That is the fastest way for me to shift into the reality of having my desire. That's how you do it. You don't have to sit here banging your head against the wall trying to figure out, I've been doing this same process in this same person's course for the last 6 months, but I'm not getting the results that I want. My manifestation didn't happen yet. That's because you're resisting moving on. Because that course may have resonated with you and it may have been aligned with your belief system at that specific time, maybe for 30 days. And then after the 30 days, it was something else. You were guided to do something else, but you were resisting it because you were like, I have to finish this and I have to see it through. Because you think you know better. You're using your conscious mind to think you know better. But no, that's not how it works. We tap into that higher self energy so that you are guided right into the method where and that's the fastest way for you to have your manifestation, to have the $10,000, for you to have the new car, for you to have the positive mindset, for you to have whatever it is you're manifesting. It gets to be that easy, y'all. And you're making it so doggone complicated, but I'm going to clear that up with you. I'm going to clear that up. This right here is so fun, and I'm so excited to see you in there. So only for today, though, it is $121 for the next 24 hours, I should say. So for the next 24 hours, it is $121. If you are ready and you feel called to manifest 10K abundance and tap into that higher self energy so this manifesting stuff isn't so hard and stressful and you don't have a struggle story anymore, you can start living in abundance. Not looking at everybody else on the screen, but you can start telling your story of abundance. The link is in the description right down below, and we will be starting this soon, y'all. So this is only for a limited time because I am so excited to do this, because this energy that I have been feeling and the way that my life has been unfolding has been so magical. It feels so magical because when you're tapped into that higher self energy, this stuff is effortless. Manifesting is effortless. Doing these tasks in life that you have are effortless. I sent out an email this morning, right? And when you're following your excitement and you're tapped into this energy, it lets you know the order of things, the order to do everything. So I sent this email, right? And when I was typing it up, it was seamless. I didn't have to sit there for 2 hours trying to figure out what am I going to say to them? What's the best wording? No, it flowed because I was tapped into that higher self energy. So you get the right words at the right time and it just flows. It's effortless. It's easy, right? You can get so much more done when you're tapped into this energy and it becomes effortless for you. You're guided to every single thing that you need at the exact time. And it's so powerful, y'all. But I'm excited for you to join me in this. And so you can start creating that transformation in your life that you have been asking for and praying for the last 3 years. Again, I'm Brand Victoria, your new manifestation / mindset coach. And the link for this is in the description below. And I'll also pin it to the comments. And I'll see you in the next one.